This instruction is on the appendix assignment. The purpose is to organize and format the material that you have developed so far, and to prepare all of that content that you've developed, to prepare it to write the draft of the report. Some of this material that you put in right now will not be in final form, so you need to be sure to go back before you write the draft of the report and make sure that all of these are in final form. In the appendix, you will have some of the material that I will have returned to you with feedback. So your job, hopefully you've already done this as we went through the sequence, but if you have not, you need to retrieve the feedback from me on each of these asterisk items. Retrieve that feedback, review the feedback and the requirements, and make any corrections that I suggested and any improvements that these requirements mention that I may have missed. You may want to go back and watch each of the videos just to make sure you know what all the requirements are, what you need to do. So the order will be Appendix A will be research, Appendix B will be the survey with the results. You won't need a blank survey, just the one that has the results on it. The QFD, the product objectives, schedule, and budget. We have not talked about these yet, so I'll mention how to develop those. Now, some of these may have partial results. You may not have gotten all your survey results back yet, but you must have at least some partial results on that. So work real hard to get all of those back if you can, and at least some of them. The QFD may have partial survey results in it, and the product objectives may still not have been signed by your advisor, but before the draft of the report is submitted, that you have to have that signed by your advisor, as well as the schedule. You must, or I would suggest, that before you start making changes in this to put these appendices in here, that you re-watch these videos about formatting for section breaks and putting page numbers and so on, because it is very easy to mess up those section breaks, and then it's a little difficult to recover them. So I would suggest you re-watch those formatting videos. Now, schedule. We have not talked about the schedule yet, so let me talk about how to develop that schedule. Here at this link, you will find an example, a template with all of the dates already in it for this semester, and an example. Now, when you start to develop this, please put your name and the project title. And the first task that you will do with your advisor, this starts when you start meeting with your advisor for beginning the design. The first steps that you will do is to sign a proof of design agreement with your advisor and develop the concept sketches and do a weighted objective in order to select the best concept. So I went ahead and put those on there. And then you will, once you've made the selection of the best concept, then you start your 3D model. And when you do this, try to make each of these intervals 2 weeks or so. So you try to identify the subassembly that would need to be modeled first, and give yourself a week or 2 weeks to do that, and so on. And so this will continue through the design calculations and the bill of materials and all of those things that you know you have to do in a design project. The other thing about this format is that you will have a row for each task, and then a blank row after it. Now, when you start to work on the project and you've completed this, let's say you worked on it this week and this week, what you should do, and completed it on the 24th, then what you will do is make a different color highlight and highlight those intervals where the work actually occurred. And what this will give you when you finish is a view of the proposed scheduled work time and interval and the actual scheduled work time and interval. So that would be helpful when you do your final report. For the budget, oh, by the way, these dates will be given to you from the department for the oral reports and final reports and so on for the design freeze. The design freeze simply means that no major changes will be done in the design. You can't start changing it from a mechanism to a linear device or something like that. All you'll be doing is cleaning up the drawings and making shop drawings after that, and maybe tolerances and so on. That's the design freeze. For the budget, what I suggest is that you look back over. It's hard to make a budget when you don't know what you're going to put in this thing yet. You haven't designed it. But what I suggest is you go look at each task that you have written on your schedule, and for each task you can suppose whether there will be a dollar figure associated with each of those tasks. And you can sort of estimate, if you're going to build a frame, $9 per foot for the frame material, and you can suppose how many feet it might take, so you can give an estimate. This is truly an estimate. You can put in miscellaneous up to 20% of the total to cover things that small details. So that would be, and you want to leave. This is your forecasted amount, or projected amount, or proposed amount, and when you finish the project, you will have the actual amount here.